Hello, my friends. So I wanted to do an addendum to my previous Redefining Myself video, uh, where I talked about my baggage showing up. So first, let me just say thank you to all the people who sent me positive comments and communications. I am feeling much better today. Just simply getting some rest, and I do have a support system. So I want to share with you something that happened yesterday, which was just phenomenal. So I went out surfing at sunset, and there was a beach further up the road here that I wanted to check out because I saw it at sunset at high tide, and it looked really fun and small waves. And so took out my new longboard that I bought since I've been here. I bought it for 175 bucks US, and it's a used longboard, but it's I need a big longboard for those tiny waves and on small days. And so I drove up to the place and got out of my car, and there's this trail, which they call a track, but this trail through the forest takes you through and empties right onto the beach. And as I walked through the forest at sunset, and then just went out into the water, and because the sun was setting behind me and there were clouds on the horizon further out in the ocean, that created this orange hue that was reflecting off the water, so the water looked orange. And on top of that, the moon was rising, and it's that time where the sun hasn't gone down but the moon is still there, and that's when you can really, this moon isn't so bright that you can't see anything, but it's just bright enough you can see all of the craters and everything. And of course it's not the same, it's almost completely upside down here compared to what I'm used to. But I paddled out on my longboard. It was glassy and these beautiful little 1 to 2 foot waves, and I'm surfing them in this orange water with the moon, and it was like being on another planet. And yeah, this is why I came here. I came here just for that. And really, it was one of those moments where you go, you're alive, and this is really happening. You are here right now. And who cares about the past and who cares about the future? Just be here and appreciate nature. And it felt like I was on, like I said, on this, like I had traveled to another planet. And it just made, I didn't take anything for granted. It was really beautiful. And I know that that's not the last experience I'll have like that while I'm here. So again, I just want to acknowledge everybody that sent me a lot of positive reinforcement. There was a lot of response to the video itself, and people were leaving comments, and they were leaving supportive comments to me, and that is the appropriate place for those kinds of things. If you have any kind of a comment, any kind of a feeling, if you want to send me, verbal well wishings, if you have a question, if you disagree with me, you're kind of, as long as you're not disrespectful to me, you can say, you can, even if you want to be disrespectful, you can. I may block you, but point is that the comment section of the videos is the appropriate place to send any kind of message to me. But what has also happened is that I think people may have misunderstood my reasoning for these videos, and because I was sharing a lot of personal, vulnerable feelings, sadness, fear, confusion, and disappointment, and all those kinds of things, people emailed me. And so I just want to ask you, unless you are a client, unless you are an apprentice, or unless you're contacting me in some way that's going to benefit my business financially, I would appreciate that you respect my boundaries. Do not contact me via email. I am doing okay. I do have a support system. I have a teacher that I still work with. I have friends. I have other places that I go that I can get personal support. So I think people may have misunderstood my last video as a cry for help. And a lot of people were reaching out and wanting to fix me and wanting to give me advice, and 10-page emails of, listen, that's not necessary. It doesn't help me, and I appreciate the sentiment, but that's not something that I need or that I want. If you really do want to help me, if I do or say something that stirs within you a feeling of wanting to help, you can help me. The best way to help me is to financially support my work. That's what these links up here are for. neo.thunderwizard.com is the one that, again, I think is most valuable just in life. And again, it's kind of it's mystifying to me that's not, people aren't buying that as much as they are. So if you really want to help me out, help yourself out, go to neo.thunderwizard.com, get that package. You can also just go up here to courses.thunderwizard.com. That's where all of my tools for you that I've created for you are available, ranging anywhere from a few dollars up to hundreds of dollars. So if your honest desire is to help me, the best way to help me is to support the channel. If you're not interested right now, or you've got enough products but you still want to make me feel loved, you want to make me feel supported, then go to thunderwizard.com and subscribe. And you can subscribe there's all kinds of different levels. $25 a month will get you access to all of my shamanism videos, and people say that they go back and watch them over and over again, and the more they watch them, the more they get out of it. So if you've watched some of the videos, or even all of them, which I'd be surprised if you're able to watch all of them, go back and watch them again. Keep that subscription going. Move on up. If you haven't already, you can move up to the Manifestation Mastery course. And that comes out to be $12.50 a week. So if you really want to give me love, do not try to personally contact me and send me 10 pages of emails about that. That doesn't make me feel loved. That makes me feel misunderstood. If you want to make me feel loved, financially contribute to the channel. Having said that, let me tell you the reason why I'm doing this particular series of redefining myself. It was a request by one of my apprentices who knows what I'm, this big change that I'm going through, as all of you do. And this person asked, chronicle what's happening, because I want to learn. I want to be able to emulate what you're doing. You are doing what I want to do. You're jumping off the cliff. You're really taking the risk. You're living those who die in battle go to Valhalla. You're living what you teach, and I want to learn from that. And I thought that's a really great idea. It's a way for me to share with you my human struggles and challenges that are no different than yours. And this is one of the big things I've been wanting to my presence on YouTube to be, is that spiritual teachers are human, and any spiritual teacher out there who claims to have achieved some kind of enlightenment where they no longer have human, challenges and feelings, is either lying to you or deluded, or both. And the bottom line is that's destructive to your healing. If you go and, like those who want to go and learn from Zohar, who channels Zohar, and they're not wanting to learn from somebody's experience, they're trying to escape their own uncomfortable feelings. So part of what I'm doing is that when I go through emotional and personal challenges, I'm sharing them with you, not because it's a cry for help. I don't need you to support me emotionally. I appreciate the gesture. What I'm doing is I'm showing you that you can have all of your feelings. So I'll say this, there were, people on, it's a sliding scale. People are reaching out to me for all different kinds of reasons. Some of them care about me, and, they haven't seen me share emotions to that degree, so they want to help me. They want to make me feel better. I appreciate that. Some people see that as an opportunity to get closer to me, which is kind of a violation of my boundaries. You may not realize that, but it makes me feel less comfortable, not more comfortable. And for some people, this is the people who need to be watching these. If you watch me and you see me going through emotional challenges, and if your desire is to reach out and fix me, and you feel an impulse, and it's such a strong impulse that you're going to find my email so that you can email me personally and have a personal connection with me, this is called transference and projection. And it means that you on an unconscious level want to be saved. And it also means that you probably have been shamed out of your negative feelings when you were a kid, or maybe with your spouse or your friends, your society. You're shamed whenever you feel sad, lonely, angry, frightened, confused. It means that even though your motivation was to try and help me, what the unconscious message was is, stop having those feelings, I'm uncomfortable. And that's what you want somebody to do for you. When you feel like that, you can't tolerate it, so you want somebody to come and save you from those feelings. I am trying to teach you the opposite of that, which is have all of your feelings. There is nothing unspiritual about being frightened, about being angry, about being confused, about being sad. You know, the last time I was out here, I did kind of the same thing, and I was sharing my feelings. You know, I was sharing. You can go back and watch them. I was sharing my feelings about being alone, and somebody, you know, my friend that was out here had ghosted me, and I was scared, and I didn't know what was going on. And people were saying, "I think you're just lonely," and I said, "Of course I'm lonely. Of course those are my feelings. There's nothing wrong with that. We live in a society where we're not given the right to have all of our feelings. So wanting to fix me, wanting to take me out of those feelings is actually destructive. And it reflects that you may have difficulty accepting yourself, that you may shame yourself out of your feelings, and so you shut them down. And so you think you're helping other people by making them not feel bad anymore, when what's really going on is you're trying to shut them down so that they don't have feelings that make you uncomfortable. So that's part of the message is I'm giving, is that being spiritual also means having all of your feelings and embracing them. And then ideally you get to watch me work through those. And then you get to use that as an example for yourself. That's the whole reason I'm doing that. It's great that people want to connect with me and they feel a strong connection with me. Bear in mind, I don't know you. So, you know, there have been people who have reached out to me who, you know, this happens a lot, by the way. And this is something, you know, this is projection and transference. People see one or two of my videos, and I get these emails from people that say things like, I've just become awakened, and I can see you're awakened as well. I am a master this and that. I see you are a master, and we have a karmic bond, and we need to trade knowledge. And they've just decided that I'm going to be their best friend or whatever it is. Bear in mind, I don't know who these people are. You know, so it's really presumptuous to reach out and just because you've had an emotional experience watching somebody. You know, it's like this is what stalkers do. You know, they see a movie with and Nicole Kidman or whoever it is, and they've decided that we're meant to be together, and then those are the people you end up locking away because they're stalking you. So don't stalk me. If you feel a strong connection to connect with me, ask yourself if you want to be a client or a student, in which case there are avenues that you can go through. If you want to be an apprentice, that will give you an opportunity to talk to me at least once a month on the phone for an hour. And then you can share with me all the things that are going on with you and all of that. But my apologies if I didn't make it clear. When I share with you my process, it's so that you can apply that to yourself. And when you're going through challenges, know that it's not the end of the world, that you can do the same thing that I'm doing. Bear in mind, I have a teacher that I talk to at least once a month. I have friends, I have groups that I connect with, I have all kinds of resources that I use. So if you're by yourself, and my feelings stimulate in you this need to reach out and connect with me and fix me, it means probably that you need to be working with somebody. You need to have a group. You need to have a mentor, a teacher. So that desire, you can fulfill that by going to any one of these. Now, if you just have a strong connection, you want to make me feel better, go to the Patreon site and subscribe. Okay? That way I will feel loved. I won't feel freaked out and weird that some person just left me a 10-page email about their personal life and wanting to tell me how to make my life better. That doesn't make me feel better. That makes me feel really kind of creeped out. So, yeah, that's the lesson. The lesson is that a true teacher is going to be human. And any teacher that doesn't let you know that they're human is limiting in their ability to help you. Really. Because what good is a teacher who doesn't understand what you go through? And if you relate to me, that's good. And just because I'm sad one day, and just because I've gone through some depression, I don't feel depressed at all today. Physically, I feel great. I haven't felt this good in a long time. You know, I want to be that. I'm starting to repeat myself. I'm wanting to be that example of how to be human and continue your spiritual path. Okay. All right, my friends. So that's it. I am going to get off this video, and I am going to go to my little beach. I'm moving out of here tomorrow to another one, so I'm going to go spend the afternoon on my little beach right here. And I think tomorrow I'll do some surfing. All right, that's it. Talk to you guys soon.